What's good, y'all? This is Bossy, and we're here with another Fuego reaction video here today. The title of this video is called "What is at the Bottom of SCP-087, Fourth Exploration Log." Now, believe it or not, guys, this is actually not a recommendation from you guys in the comment section. I was looking for a bunch of videos to react to, and I did not know what to react to. I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. I did not know. But then something clicked in my head. I'm like, hey, SCP-087, the staircase or whatever, seemed kind of interesting. So I was like, why don't I drop a whole reaction video based on this SCP right here, a freaking staircase? And here we are now. So without further ado, there isn't much to be said, bro. Let's get right into the video. But first, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you get a notification on when I post my next video. And without further ado, let's get right into it, bruh.
SCP-087, the Dark Stairway, is one of the creepiest SCPs in the wiki.
I could tell.
In an attempt to find out more about it, the Foundation organized
already
for
off the rip, this music is
missions.
very eerie.
087's wiki article, only 3 of the exploring logs remain, and the 4th one is expunged. So what happened in the 4th exploration log, and what is at the bottom of SCP-087? In this SCP exploration episode, we try to answer these questions.
Wait, what the heck? Wait, what? Wait, isn't that Ed from Ed and Eddie? Wait, what? I didn't know Ed and Eddie was a freaking like prisoner in the SCP universe. I did not know. I meant to say Ed. And why is he winking for? Like, what's going on here? And I don't know if you will ever want to see this thing right here. I still to this day don't even know what is this supposed to be exactly, like this face. I just think it's a bowling ball pin with hands. And oh wait, I just remember why Ed is winking at it, so he don't lose he don't want to lose vision of 173, because you know if you turn around 173, you literally become a thing of the past or whatever. But you know, let's get right into the video. Why they add Ed from Ed and Eddie in this though?
Before we
I don't
start
understand
talking about the missing exploration log, let's quickly summarize all the documents in its wiki article. The first log is relatively uneventful. The Foundation sends a D-Class down the stairway, and after some time, the famous floating face, called SCP-087-1, appears, scares the D-Class, and the subject runs back to the entrance. The second log is where things get more interesting.
Yeah,
this
really
is
scary.
because the D-Class discovers a gouge in the concrete wall, approximately 20 inches or 50 centimeters long and 4 inches or about 10 centimeters wide. And this gouge appears on the exact same flight where the previous explorer encountered the face during the first exploration.
Ooh.
Also, the first step down from the landing next to the gouge is smashed into rubble. Secondly, after this inevitable SCP-087-1 encounter, the subject falls unconscious while running away. And as the D-Class is unconscious, the sound of a rapid heartbeat, inconsistent with a human heartbeat, and a low cracking noise are heard. Seconds later, the subject revives, and the heartbeat and cracking cease. And finally, we come to the third log. The first notable detail is the fact that some sort of liquid is present on the exact same landing where the previous test subject collapsed. The liquid is described as sticky, smelling of rusted metal and pee. The second notable detail is the fact that further down, a hole in the ground is to be seen, approximately 40.
So that's basically part of this SCP's plan. They know the first thing they like. Basically, 087 knows that when people go down his stairway and see his face, he knows that people are going to run away from him. That's basically all part of the plan.
Inches or 1 meter in diameter. The test subject shines a flashlight down, revealing only blackness. Seconds later, a light of an indeterminate distance down the hole flicks on and then back off. Thirdly, when SCP-087-1 is inevitably encountered, this time the face appears behind the D-Class, forcing the victim to run down rather than up. And lastly, during the D-Class's panicked descent, The sounds of the crying girl increased in volume, indicating that the source was closer. Alright, this is pretty much everything we can extract from the exploration logs. Now let's see what we can learn about SCP-087 from all this.
So basically, essentially, after that, you get killed. Is that what they're saying? Like that's the last thing they could get from old 87? Because I'm assuming after the girl sounds get louder, some source comes out and kills you. I'm assuming that's what it is. I don't know.
To start things off, the fact that the distressed crying seems to descend as the subject moves downwards indicates that 087-1 uses these sounds to lure the subject down. Also, we notice that the creature inside SCP-087 has immense physical capabilities, given that it created a gouge in the wall and reduced a set of stairs to rubble. Also, the gouge appears to be very smooth, meaning that the creature probably has appendages with claws. And obviously, the face that all explorers encountered couldn't have caused such damage. This leaves us with a few possibilities. The first one is that a separate physical creature damaged the concrete stairs and produced the crying sounds. The second one is that the 087-1 face is only a part of the entire monster, and the rest of its body is either invisible, or the creature can choose whether to conceal it or not, and that the same creature anomalously creates the sound.
Look how long the fingers are,
and
though.
Thirdly, it is possible that SCP-087 is some metaphysical entity that can telekinetically damage whatever parts of the staircase it wants to, and can also materialize the face we are all familiar with and produce the sounds.
Could be.
But we will need more information in order to determine which possibility is the real one. Secondly, the smelly liquid that was discovered right where the previous explorer was unconscious implies that the creature secreted it while doing something to the D-Class, possibly trying to consume him or explore his composition, before the subject woke up and ran away. And we also need to mention the weird, non-human heartbeat that was present while the D-Class was unconscious. This pretty much debunks the theory that 087 is a metaphysical entity that telekinetically toys with its victims, and consolidates the idea that there must be a physical manifestation of SCP-087-1. Thirdly, we need to mention the hole in the ground and the light that shined below. It is possible that this hole leads to the bottom of the staircase, where 087-1's lair could be. But it is also possible that this is some sort of trap, given the fact that the D-Class almost fell inside. And lastly, we notice that during the third exploration, the face appears behind the victim for the first time, forcing the victim to run downwards.
That's just scary.
This implies that the first two...
I'm not gonna lie, just kill me right there. If the face is blocking the one exit out of the staircase or whatever, and I gotta run down, but just kill me, bro. Just kill me, like, damn.
Been the entity's attempts to figure out the best methods.
You gonna trap me like that, bro?
It would have learned that as soon as
you got it
seen, the target would retreat to the surface. To overcome this, it decided to trap the target by moving behind it, cutting off its escape and forcing it further down. And of course, we need to mention the fact that as the explorer was the sound of the crying girl was getting closer, meaning that the D-Class could have been close to the bottom. To sum it up, it is clear that 087-1 was examining the people sent inside. It may have gathered some information from the procedure that was done on the second explorer, which resulted in the foul liquid, but was unable to complete whatever it wanted to do when the person woke up and fled. Well, we learned quite a lot from analyzing all the exploration logs, and even though the missing log is expunged, there is some information left over that we can start speculating with. So without further ado, let's talk about the fourth log.
What is the fourth log?
Let's begin with everything we know about this log from 087's file. It is stated that due to the results of the fourth test, no personnel are to enter SCP-087, meaning that whatever happened must have been so horrible that the Foundation decided to permanently stop anyone from entering it again. And secondly, after the fourth test, Members of the building in which 087 is situated reported hearing knocking sounds coming from the interior, and after the door was fitted with thick industrial padding, all reports of knocking ceased. And unfortunately, this is everything we can extract from 087's wiki file. So what does this all mean? Firstly, let's begin with the knocking. We have two possibilities. The first one is that the D-Class survived the encounter with 087-1 and returned to the entrance, only to find that it was sealed shut and began knocking on the door as a signal to open the door. However, as we saw in the third exploration log, 087-1 got smarter and started attacking the victims from behind. Not to mention that the fourth test was the deepest, so it is unlikely that the D-Class went around 087-1 and ran all the way back to the entrance, so all in all, not that likely. The second scenario is that the D-Class was killed and that 087-1 walked up to the door and began knocking, so as to trick the Foundation to open the door. And based on all information we revealed about SCP-087-1's behavior, we see that the second scenario is much more likely. Secondly, there's no way the D-Class could have went around SCP-087, bro. Like, the first thing a human is doing is not running. Like, you know what I'm saying? People have something called a fight or flight. I forgot what's the word after that. Oh no, fight or flight response. You're either going to fight the creature, the threat that's coming after you. You know what I'm saying? Fight the, you know what I'm saying? The little, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what I'm saying. But you guys get what I'm trying to say, bro. The point is that you're not, a human being is not fighting a floating face, bro. Their natural response is to run away. But the only entrance is literally upstairs. And the only way for them to go upstairs is to run past SCP-087. And I know no human being is going ahead and do that, bro. In most cases, people are going to try to run away from the threat. See, that's the word I was looking for, the threat. They're usually going to go ahead and run away from the threat. But literally the only way they could have ran away was to go downstairs. And then SCP-087 was probably waiting for her and then turned her to a thing of the past. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I think number two, second scenario is most likely. It seems that SCP-087 is a relatively, you know what I'm saying, he knows what he's doing. He's a relatively smart being. Whatever he's supposed to be, bro. Or why the door was sealed smart after the experiment. It is clear that
he has a
whatever
brain
the
on
D-Class
him
encountered was horrific, so much that the Foundation decided to seal 087 forever. But what could this be? Well, as stated in the wiki article, all missions were live-streamed, so whatever the D-Class saw, the SCP personnel saw as well. And if we assume that the D-Class died and that the knocking was caused by 087-1, and if we assume that the creature has a body, which as we saw is the most likely scenario, then the D-Class probably saw the creature's full bodily manifestation. The Explorer was likely killed by the monster, which now knew enough about its visitors to figure out where they're coming from and how they exit. 087-1 likely started ascending the stairs rapidly, aiming to escape, which scared the SCP personnel and forced them to seal the exit. And the Foundation likely redacted the information so organizations like the Chaos Insurgency couldn't find out about it and set it free. And finally, let's see if the D-Class reached the bottom of the stairway. First off, given the outcome of the third exploration, it is likely that 087-1 scared the D-Class from behind once again, forcing the victim to run downwards. And we know that when someone encounters the face, they immediately enter a state of permanent panic and run without stopping.
Obviously, like,
the only two things
a floating face coming after you, bro, like, come on.
Would be if he or she encountered the bottom of the stairway, or if 087-1 teleported in front of the Explorer, which is also possible. The only reason this didn't happen during the third test was because the D-Class tripped and fell. So this time around, the D-Class must have been shocked to find out that he or she is trapped at the bottom with 087-1 with no escape. At this point, the face probably revealed its true physical form and attacked the victim, which led to the ending we discussed earlier. But even though we took everything there is to know about
You should at least gave her a
087-1 into
gun or something.
consideration, we are still speculating. But what if the fourth exploration log was hidden somewhere on the internet, and we could compare our assumptions with what was actually written?
Y'all couldn't give her a shotgun or something for once? I mean, knowing how movies are just, I don't even know, knowing how things usually go, 9 times out of 10, a gun was probably not going to do nothing to her. I mean, to the creature. But still, like, at least make her have some type of protection or something. Like, I don't know, make it to where, like, at least give her a shotgun and, like, maybe it could stun SCP-087 and then make her have enough time to run back upstairs. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't give her nothing. What was she supposed to do? Whack him with a flashlight? Before we knew, the creature's probably like the size of the Hulk or something. But he probably has the weight of Manute Bol. Like, it's like, come on, bro. Y'all could have gave it some type of protection.
In 087's file, there are no links that lead to the missing log. But if we look around Reddit, we see a user that claims to have saved the fourth log before it was expunged from the wiki.
Ooh.
The file begins in ordinary fashion, with the G-Class noticing the face behind him and beginning to run downwards. The victim runs for hours.
I swear the D-Class was like Lara
gets
Croft.
louder and louder, until the G-Class freezes, seeing 087-1's full body in front of him. The creature is said to be around 7 feet tall, with sharp fingers extending a few feet from its large hands.
Dang.
Its arms reach to its knees, dragging its fingers on the ground. The video feed becomes distorted, but from what is
so basically this SCP is just basically the shy guy, similar to the shy guy. And I hear that his fingers is touching the ground.
Few feet from its large hands. Its arms reach to its knees, dragging its fingers on the ground. The video feed becomes distorted, but from what is gathered, 087-1 wraps the D-Class in his fingers and stabs the explorer. Sounds of bursting organs and crunching bones are also heard. So we see that even though this exploration log is in a paste bin, posted by some person on Reddit, and as such can very well be a fake, it does appear consistent with our speculations. So to sum it up, 087-1 turns out to be a physical creature that anomalously conceals its body for some reason. During all exploration logs, we notice how the creature learns how to better trap its victims. 087-1 enjoys luring the D-Class as deep as possible and tiring them before attacking. It is not certain whether the stairway has an end, but based on the fact that the audio of the crying girl got very loud at the end of the third test, there probably is. If a bottom exists, then it's probably where 087-1's lair is located, and where the monster dragged the victim of the third exploration. As such, the place is probably full of the same foul liquid that was discovered during the third test. We don't think that a little girl would be situated at the bottom, because the crying sounds are likely anomalous in nature and caused by 087-1. It is also commonly believed that the beginning of a massive cave, one that is deeper than the stairway itself, sits at the bottom, and this idea is supported by the deep hole that was discovered during the third test. It is also possible that a portal leading to an alternate reality sits at the bottom, where 087-1 originally came from, but once again, these are just speculations. In the end, we can't say for certain what's at the bottom of SCP-087, because the last exploration log doesn't reveal any relevant information that would help us uncover the answer. So we see that SCP-087 definitely lives up to the high expectations set by the first 3 logs, which is why the Foundation sealed the stairway, because nobody would want to encounter this immensely creepy creature in public.
Nobody does.
This concludes our video about SCP-087. So what do you think? Does the mysterious face also have a body, or is it a metaphysical entity? And did the D-Class reach the bottom? Let us know in the comments below.
But what the heck is this thumb? Wait. Now that's really funny. Wait, what? Isn't that wide neck, bro? Isn't that the wide neck guy? Can SCP-173 break a... Why they show picture? They wrong for that. They wrong for that. They wrong for that, bro. That's crazy. Alright, y'all, that's gonna be the end of this reaction video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys think or even know what the heck is in the bottom of 087 staircase, type it in the comment section below. But my guess is that it's most likely a physical creature that could probably manifest his body, like maybe turn his body invisible, make his head floating or some kind. I feel like the fourth exploration that the dude exposed on Reddit, it seems like the most logical, but honestly that could just be a fake story that the Reddit user came up with too. But it seems like it is the most coherent with the stories, you know what I'm saying? But even then, we don't even know how, like, what the bottom of the staircase looked like. We don't even know. But it turns out that 087 got smarter over time and realized where the people were coming from, and decided to end up coming from behind the exploration team, or whatever you guys call it. It seems like 087 has a brain of some kinds. It seems like, you know, the creature does have common sense for sure, bro. I don't even know. I honestly don't even know what the heck is underneath the bottom of the stairs or whatever. So I don't know. If you guys know what it is, once again, type it in the comment section. Yeah, bro, that's gonna be the end of this reaction video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you get a notification when I post my next video. I love you guys. I'm gonna see y'all boys tomorrow. This is Bossy. Peace out. I'm off this, bruh.